Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, there's been a whole lot of concerns around the white paper publication made by the government a couple of weeks ago, and there's so many questions that are yet to be answered. And of recent, there was a new publication on the government website that kind of give you a little bit of clarification on some of those questions. Now, one of the questions being asked includes things like where will the changes be coming in, when exactly is the date that some of those changes will be implemented. Other questions are, will migrants have to wait 10 years for indefinite leave to remain, which is a major concern for so many migrants, especially those who are already on the 5 years route to settlement. The question has been, do I have to wait additional 5 years before getting eligible to apply for indefinite leave to remain? Other questions are, which visa categories will be affected by the longer qualifying period? Now, at the moment, the government had made a good clarification on those who won't be affected, and also those who will be affected, potentially affected by this possible changes. Other questions are, will people already in the UK have to wait longer for indefinite leave to remain? Now, many of the policies of the government usually going forward, but there's really a lot of questions that, will this new policy impact those who are already in the UK, already on a 5 years route to settlement? Now, all of these questions is what we'll be discussing in this video. So if this is like something you've been interested in, or you're in any visa category in the UK, or you're in, the pathway to getting your indefinite leave to remain here in the UK, you definitely want to stick to this video to the end. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, do want to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And the possible changes in settlement and immigration policies here in the UK is really a major issue for immigrants because of how, things changes. I mean, the policies could just change tomorrow morning. I mean, new, changes can be made to the policy, and it's quite, a little bit of issue for so many people. And based on the white paper publication, I mean, on the 12th of May 2025, the government published the white paper, policy documents, which is called Restoring, Control over Immigration System. And there's loads of stuff that were discussed, ranging from the possibility of reducing the graduate route visa to 18 months from 2 years if you're doing a BS or a master's program, and also, changes in the English language requirements for those who are applying for, dependent visa, the possible increase in the number of years it takes you to qualify for permanent residence in the UK, which at the moment is about 5 years, and the plan is to increase it to 10 years, among many other things that were stated on the policy. Now, if we go into this publication, we're going to probably start with other questions like, when will the changes be coming in? Now, one of the major things is that based on what is on the government website, says that there's no fixed date for any of the white papers proposals to come into force. An accompanying press release says that they will come in over the course of the parliament, so between now, that's 2025 and 2029, but some will be introduced in the coming weeks. Now, much of the media attention and question from constituents are focused on the proposal to extend the qualifying period of indefinite leave to remain. The white paper says that there will be consultation in this later this year. This year, meaning there will not be changes straight away. Now, which kind of answers most of the questions. I mean, out of all of the points on the white paper publication, the most not interesting, I mean, the one that caught attention of so many people, especially immigrants, is that increase in the number of years required to get your permanent residence. Now, the other question is, will migrants have to wait 10 years for indefinite leave to remain? Now, the standard qualifying period for permanent residence will be increased under the government's proposals, and the default will be settlement after 10 years rather than 5 years at present. But some people will be able to qualify earlier. Under this end settlement proposal, there will be a shorter pathway than 10 years for people who have made point-based contribution to the UK economy and society. Now, the white paper does not say what this point would be earned, or how this point will be earned, or how much of the reduction on the 10 years qualifying period would be available. This issue are likely to be covered in the promised consultation, which is quite dicey. So it means that what the government is saying, that you don't have to stay for 10 years if you're able to hit certain points, and this point comes from how you contribute to the UK economy. But that is still a little bit grey because there's no specific, documentation that tells you how do you hit that point. Just like when you apply for a visa, it's a point-based system. So if you get a secure sponsorship, you get 20 points, that kind of stuff. But now there's really nothing that says that do this or achieve this, that you get those points, and there's possibility that your number of years to get residency will be reduced from 10 years to, we still don't know to what exact period. So now let's go forward and say which visa categories will be affected by the longer qualifying period. Now, based on the information here, not everyone on the 5 years route will be affected. Some people have been exempted automatically, while some people, we still don't know what exactly is the government's plan in regards to possibility of getting to stay longer to get indefinite leave to remain. Now, there is explicit exemption of partners of British citizens who will continue to qualify for settlement after 5 years, and for victim of domestic abuse. In addition, people with post-Brexit residence rights under the EU settlement scheme have the right to permanent residence after 5 years under this Article 15 of the UK-EU withdrawal agreement. So, automatically, if you're on a spousal visa and you're married to a British citizen, you don't have to worry. You're not going to be affected by this whole increase in number of years before you can qualify for indefinite leave to remain. If you're also on the EU settlement scheme, you're also not affected automatically. So the only people that are affected are those who are on other visa categories, or will possibly be affected are those on other visa categories such as skilled worker visa, global talent, virtual founder visa, student visa, other visa categories basically, aside from those two that were mentioned. Now, the government has not confirmed whether other immigration routes with a 5 years pathway to permanent residence will be exempt. Asked whether people with the Hong Kong British national overseas visa are going to be affected, the Minister of Migration and Citizenship replied, will be consulting on the end settlement scheme later this year, and will provide details how the scheme will work after that, including which immigration route it will apply to. So there's no decision made on that yet. So we'll just have to wait and get to hear what they come up with after the consultation towards the end of the year. Now, there's also something here that talks about, will people already in the UK have to wait longer to indefinite leave to remain, which is a major concern for most people, that I'm already on the route, I've got 2 years left, I've got 3 years left. Do I have to now start counting again for the 10 years settlement pathway? Now, the government has not confirmed whether people already in the immigration route affected will have to wait longer to settlement, as opposed to the change only applying to those arriving after the implementation date. The Home Secretary was asked this during a statement about the white paper on the 12th of May 2025, and she said, we will set out further details of the end settlement and British citizenship reforms later this year, and we will consult on them. There will be plenty of opportunities for people to comment on and consider the details, but it is important that we extend the sense of contribution and the point-based system to those reforms as well. This was said on the 12th of May 2025. So yeah, these are a couple of things that has been a major conversation really among immigrants, questions being asked, the uncertainty around, am I going to stay longer on the visa route? Now, everyone have got different thoughts. I've got a different opinion. I've got a different line of thought on all of these changes. And for me, I feel that having to stay longer, of course, is not fair, especially for those who are on skilled worker visa. It means you need to keep renewing the visa and needs to be paying IHS fee, keep paying, application fee, which is, even the 5 years alone is already cost, intensive. Imagine having to stay another 5 years and having to pay, tens of thousands of pounds before you eventually get, qualified to apply for indefinite leave to remain. So yeah, let me hear your thoughts about all of these policy changes in the comment section. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.